Hi, my name is Sam Manfredi of ManfrediLevine. The topic today, letters of intent. Our firm does a lot of work in both the residential and the commercial real estate markets. Letters of intent, though, are basically used in the commercial markets. What are they used for? They're used for negotiation of leases, the potential purchase of property, and oftentimes the purchase of a business. Now, what is a letter of intent? Well, it's not a binding contract. A letter of intent is basically where the parties are trying to see if they have enough of an agreement on their terms and conditions to be able to go forward with the drafting of a full contract. They use the letters of intent because they don't want to spend the time or the money drafting a contract unless they're reasonably sure that the transaction will go forward. Now, the letters of intent set out certain terms and conditions, the price, maybe the term of the escrow, description of the property, all right, and it helps the parties realize we're in the making of a deal here. The important issue, though, in a letter of intent is to make sure you have the language that says it's not a binding contract, that it's not the intent of the parties to be bound by this agreement. And the reason being is oftentimes you'll do a letter of intent. And even though the parties say it's not binding, and even though they say we're going to do a full contract, unless that letter of intent has that language, it's possible that if a seller wants to back out and that buyer wants that property, he might try to sue on that letter of intent. So we want to make sure that clarification is in there. And in fact, oftentimes a letter of intent will say that until a fully executed contract has been signed by both parties, and it may even state the specific form of the contract, all right, there is no deal. So we just want to make sure the letters of intent have that protective language. It's a great tool, saves you a lot of time because you don't go forward unless the parties can agree on the initial terms. It saves you some money possibly, all right, and it gives you an idea of where you're going. Well, I hope you learned something today, folks. I always enjoy doing these, and we do look forward to seeing you next month.